there, my name's Rachel McLean and I'm here with At Home on the North Shore and joined with my good friend Lisa, and we're going to talk about the evolution of the bouquet. And Lisa is a master at taking a bouquet of flowers and making them last and doing beautiful things with them. Tell us how you do it.
I think you're really generous with that comment, but I love having fresh flowers in my house all year. I love growing flowers in my garden, as you know, and as soon as they're ready to bloom, usually they get snipped and taken in the house. But especially during the spring, to bring a little bit of that feeling inside the home, I love using tulips. So usually I start with making the bouquet really full and large, and then as soon as I have enjoyed that, I typically will start to condense the flowers and make them into smaller bouquets. But I certainly like to have a really robust display on my dining room table, and then as the flowers start to show a little bit of their age, I like freshening them up and taking the most fresh ones and putting them into smaller displays and taking them throughout the house. So usually by the end of the 2 to 3 weeks that I am lucky to keep the flowers alive, I typically have a bouquet throughout every room.
I don't know about you, but my favorite is when they're nice and tight. These are a little bit loose, but when they are brand new, that's one of my favorite.
That's your favorite?
Yeah.
I like them when they're a little bit starting to open, and I do like them as well when they're very much open. But I love them when they're really close together as well. And
it's nice punch of color.
Tulips like to be close with other tulips. That's one thing. They're not typically a flower that lasts long if you just put them as a single flower. But if they are going to be in a single, then I usually use a smaller vase, so they can just stay a little bit longer.
So these are ones you've taken today from that you use in your house?
Yeah, so as this bouquet would start to show its life, I would then start to make smaller vases for them, and then eventually they're into little itty bitty vases. So if you leave all of your leaves on the tulips, what happens is that starts to drain a lot of the water and requires more water, so therefore your tulip will start to die quicker. So the less leaves around the tulip, it just helps to preserve that. So I try to take as many of these extra leaves off as possible, and then of course as I'm starting to cull my bouquet down to a smaller amount, then I will start taking off that top leaf and then making smaller bouquets. And sometimes the singular flower
it's very elegant.
Very elegant, perfect for the bathroom. So it's excellent for adding a little color even to a bedside table, those types of things. And then with a smaller vase like this, I would try and condense a lot of tulips within it and make something similar to the pink and the purple bouquet, where it's very robust with a lot of flowers together.
And these are some of your favorites taken from home?
These are some of my favorite vases. This is an antique vase that I've collected over the years, and this is one of my favorite ones because I like to start with a really large one. So this is typically the mainstay in the dining room, and then I usually have my smaller ones through the bedrooms and smaller rooms. It just brings a little bit of color and freshness through all of the rooms and the feeling of living.
Do you have any tips of what you put in?
Sometimes I put a couple drops of lemon. I typically do not use the packets that come with flowers, and sometimes you can put a penny in as well, and it helps preserve them.
Great. Well, thanks for coming today, Lisa. There's some really great tips, and the tulips really are very beautiful.
Thank you for having me.
So I'm Rachel, and this is At Home on the North Shore. Thanks for checking us out, and give our Facebook page a like, and come back again and learn some more tips and tricks on how to bring nature into your home.